Good morning, everyone. Welcome back into North Dakota today. Show Her the Money, a groundbreaking new documentary about the power of funding women entrepreneurs, is screening tonight at the Fargo Theater, as well as the opening film of the Fargo Film Festival. We are pleased to have two of the film's producers and subjects here with us this morning. Good morning, Catherine and Wendy.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So happy to be here, Sophia.
Well, we are happy to have you. So tell us about Show Her the Money.
Well, Show Her the Money, we came to find out that women get only 2% of venture capital.
Wow.
And my first question was, well, what is venture capital?
Yep.
And I think that was most people's reaction. What? We only get 2%? And what is venture capital? So the film, in an engaging storytelling way, tells the story of women entrepreneurs, women that are starting their own venture capital funds, and the women that are being financed by these venture capital funds that otherwise would not be getting funding because the male funds tend not to invest in women, which is why we get only 2%. So we're taking it on a 50-city tour. This is our 12th stop, and we're so happy to be here in Fargo kicking off your festival.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So
So what was really the inspiration behind this?
Well, I mean, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, so I mean, Catherine already mentioned that women are only getting 2% of funding, and what was shocking is that people just didn't know about that.
Yep.
Right. So, being an investor in the ecosystem, working with a lot of women leaders who have started their own companies, I've seen this firsthand. So it wasn't shocking to me when I met Catherine and she told me about this idea, but it's really important that we let women know about this, that they can be investors, and the impact that you can have by doing that is just tremendous.
Amazing. How does it really feel to shine a spotlight on this issue?
It feels great. People are always shocked. What? We only get 2%? And so it's great that we could do a heart-centered documentary, not one that's like, you know, some boring talking heads. No, this is the stories of these women that are in this ecosystem, and it helps explain what it is, how exciting it is. You know, you get to learn about all the new innovations that are on the horizon. Women make up 50% of the population, therefore 50% of the brain power and 50% of the ideas that can help impact the planet, everything from the environment to healthcare. So they need 50% of the funding. Just, you know, that's the equal amount that should be put into women's ideas and innovations, right? And so we just want to make women and men aware that women are underfunded in venture capital, which is the #1 arena that funds companies. It funds the majority of the companies that you see on the public stock market. And so we need to be getting more of that $450 billion a year that goes into venture capital. More of it needs to go to women. And so women need to understand what it is and why they should invest in this asset class that can be very profitable while also making a tremendous impact. And so it's an exciting arena to be a part of.
You tell them, girl. I love that. Oh my gosh, this really is so important. So I'm curious though, obviously we made a film about this. What was this process like filming it?
Well, we filmed people like Wendy, who is an actual angel investor.
Yeah.
She invests in startup women's companies. So you want to talk about being part of the film?
Yeah, and so I also invest in women-led LGBTQ BIPOC founders, because the reality is that they have a harder time accessing capital. And so I was so excited when you know, the film was a possibility, and also to see the representation that we have in the film.
Because it's hard to believe that this is a story that's never been told. And so when I realized that, I'm like, I believe that it's film and television that helps change culture.
Yes.
And so there had to be a film about it. There had to be a film, you know, women, if you let them know they're getting the short end of the stick, you know, they're going to be like, what? What is this? You know, and so that's what we wanted. We want to light a fire and tell them, come out, see the film, let's talk about it, let's engage. That's why we're making it a grassroots movement.
Yes.
But the interesting thing is men have loved the film and have said, you know, we don't want our daughters, our sisters, our wives being shortchanged. We want them to get the funding as well. And they've stepped up to the plate and started funding. So where we raised $1 million to make the film about We Can't Raise Money. We've also generated millions of dollars from the film of people investing now in women-founded funds and in women-founded venture capital funds that invest in women and BIPOC and LGBTQ, all the sectors that have not been recognized or funded in the past. So we're helping change things, and people can come out, see the film, and become part of the change. That's the beautiful part of it.
Yes, that really is beautiful. It's a wonderful message. So if people do want to see the show, how can they grab their tickets?
Sure, they can get them at the Fargo Film Festival at the Fargo Theater downtown here. It's going to be tonight. We're kicking off the festival. They can also go to our website, showherthemoneymovie.com. There's a link there as well. They can also find out about future screenings or how to get the film screened in their area or tell their friends around the country about it. And we have a resources page on the site that helps women understand how to get involved with venture capital, with angel groups, with getting funding. It's all on there with books and podcasts and more. So it's showherthemoneymovie.com.
Wonderful. Well, thank you both so much for joining me this morning. This is really, I'm very excited about this. This is absolutely phenomenal. So congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for
We'll
having
see you
us.
there tonight.
Yes, definitely.